All right, so the same question I asked people in the first batch, I want to ask you in this team. All right, when you look at this chart, I want to know, do you know the direction the market is about to move into without any indicators? If you know the direction, the price, if you can trade like this without indicators, just type 1 in the chat box. But if you can't, type 0. All right. If you can trade with 90% accuracy without indicators, based on just what you see, type 1 in the chat box. And if you can't, type 0 in the chat box. All right. So I can see Lydia. Yeah, she says she can tell. Okay, Lydia, you have a level of knowledge. Fine. And then we can see a lot of persons are 0. They can't do this. All right. Now, this is the reason for this training. Remember, I told you that there are 3 components to trading success. In this case, many of you here use RoyalQ. There's you, there's the technology, the app, the bot, and there's the market. You need to understand the bot and also the market. Listen, the training I'm going to give to you intensively for the next 2 weeks, it's going to help you know where the market is going to without indicators. And I'm not against using indicators. You will hate indicators at the end of my training. Right now, you love indicators, I know. But you will see indicators as wasting your time at the end of my training. And you will use indicators as just a last resort. And the reason I ask this question is I want to have an idea of the quality of people in my team. All right? Once again, we're going to cover trend. The first topic is going to be support and resistance. That's the first topic, the foundation of everything. The second topic will be trend lines. Okay? Then the third topic will be channels. And then the fourth topic would be market structure. And then the fifth topic would be price action. Okay? And then the sixth topic will be integrating what you've learned from the 5 trainings with fair value gaps. All right? So please, it's going to be a jam-packed 2 weeks. Yeah, don't worry about the charts. It's just, Can anybody hear me very well? Just confirm if you can hear me clearly. Just type.
Yes, we can hear you.
All right, so Demi, it's your network that's blurring the picture. You need to get a good network, Demi. All right. You're just the only one having that challenge. All right. And I know you said that yesterday too. So yeah.
Yes, sir. But I don't know why.
Okay,
Why
okay, Demi, don't worry, I'll meet you. We're trying to maximize this time, okay? So if you're aware you can't hear me well, it's probably your network. So just relax. This is being recorded, and I don't want to just stray and make the recording long. So let's focus on value. So this is the expectation I have for you. The expectation I have for you over the next 2 weeks. And remember, the training doesn't end within 2 weeks. The training continues for 6 months. We're going to be coaching everybody to make sure everybody understands this. And we're going to be adding more concepts beyond the 6 trainings we are going to give you here at this moment. It is after this 6 training, within the 6 modules, within the 2 weeks period, that you will come back to me and say that whatever you paid was like, and you're going to see miracles when you look at the charts, right? Those who have attended my training already are seeing the miracle on this chart, and they can tell you where the market is going. All right. So let's get started. We've already estimated what you know. All right. And I've told you what I'm going to give to you. I want you to also know what I need from you. Then I'm going to listen to you to tell me what you expect. So what I need from you is a commitment within the 2-week challenging period. I'll try my best to be flexible. I know there are people from Canada here. I know there are people from Uganda here. I know there are people from, different time zones. I'm going to stretch myself, whatever it takes. If it means I have to do a coaching session by midnight for those of this period, I would do it. I am passionate about this. I would do it. All right. But I need you to do your part. Your part would be to watch the recordings, because there are the trainings we did with batch 1. Those recordings are powerful. I want you to, go through them as a training. Then we'll have coaching calls. The coaching calls will be to cement all you listen to in the trainings. So please, I need your commitment to watch those trainings. I've already circulated the trainings for support and resistance, which is also, I left that topic open for everybody in the Royal Q community to watch. I didn't restrict that one. And that's chapter 1, module 1. Guess what I told my team members who didn't pay for the course? Have they watched it? And most of them are not watching it because they didn't pay for the course. For those who paid for the course, everybody paid attention. So this is why I tell people, those who pay attention. All right. So I need you to push yourself a little bit. I know you have your hectic work pace. You have your tight schedule. You have to do your 9 to 5. You maybe work 2 shifts. It's hectic, but I just need you to do your part, because I don't want to leave anyone behind after the 2-week period. I need everybody to move as fast as they can. I also acknowledge that learning pace is different. So not everybody will catch up everything at once. Okay. So, it's okay if you fall behind, not because you're not putting in the time to watch the videos. You can fall behind because that's your pace of learning. I'm okay with that. The coaching sessions will keep happening again and again over the months and months to come. But I want to be able to make massive impact, because at the end of 2 weeks, you'll be generating signals better than anybody you've ever known in the past. So that's what I expect from you. So please promise me that and get it done. So I want to listen to members of this batch, batch 2. I really want to thank you for believing in me and for committing your resources to take the chance to learn. I promise you I'll do all I can to make sure these 6 topics go into your head as fast as possible. So tell me, what are your expectations from this training? Let me start with Madam BC. What are your expectations from this training?
Oh, good evening, Coach. Good evening. Okay, I wouldn't say I'm a greenhorn when it comes to support and resistance, but sometimes what is believed to be a support or a resistance, sometimes I just don't see it. And the only thing is, when I look further back, because support and resistance, everything that has happened, for you to be able to plot it, you look towards the left of your screen to see the past historical movement. But even at that, sometimes I just don't see it. So I don't know whether it's the balance of my brain, or maybe I'm just clouded, or maybe I'm just fixed in looking at something. That's the main thing. I know very well that once we are able to overcome the support and resistance challenge, then it becomes a lot easier. That is not to say I have taken some trades based on what I thought. And yes, I was very, very conservative in my profit, in taking the profit, simply because I just wasn't very sure. Unlike in Forex, there's a demo you can play around with, the demo on MT4. Unfortunately, in the case of crypto or Royal Q, we don't have, demo platforms. So it's like what we have on MT4. So that's basically it. So at the end of the day, in fact, I want to be doing coaching and training for people, because I know with the kind of network I have, if I'm able to say it myself, instead of directing them to go and watch a Zoom training, I know definitely I'll make more progress using Royal Q. So that's my expectation, really.
Excellent.
I'm very, very skeptical about our futures, because when I watched the video you sent to us, I noticed you were saying a lot about stop loss. And when I just had the stop loss, honestly, I won't deny, initially it was like I had a brain freeze, because I know what stop loss did to us when we're in Forex, But, well, I know I'll gain a lot. So thank you very much, Coach. I really appreciate it. God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I want to really assure you that I won't take people to futures when they're not ready. And let me say it clearly here, from all my trainings I'm going to do, I'm going to select people that I'll put in a futures group. And when I do the market structure training, you understand why you need to be ready to dabble into futures. And we're not doing futures as leverage market of doing 20x, all right? We're not doing that. We are doing futures with 1x, maximum 2x. So you're going to be doing futures as if you're trading spot. But of course, it's riskier because you can lose your money. But don't worry about it. Don't even bother about thinking about futures. The focus is maximizing spot, okay? Then when you go to the 3 trainings, you would see the beauty by yourself. I won't be the one to tell you. All right, so in the other group I was in, people are pushing me because I gave them a deadline of October for us to start trading futures. And they were saying October is too far. So trust me, at the end of the training, you will be super ready for futures. And you will see that you're losing money if you don't trade it. But you have to be smart. My job is to lead you the right way in the futures training. And I promise you one thing, at the end of this training, you're going to look at your $100 you paid for this training and realize it was a giveaway price. Once again, all right, a super giveaway price. And I can also assure you of direct one-on-one successful coaching, all right? In the team, I'm going to try push through, filter who is behind, and try to bring them forward to understand module by module what is being taught. So this is not a kind of the one where you have a crowd. I'm not really interested in the immediate crowd. I'm just going to the crowd batch by batch to make sure I get successful traders. So thank you very much for your feedback. I've typed it in my notebook and I've noted what you said, madam. All right, so let's have another person tell us what they expect from the, the 2-week intensive coaching. Demi, can you tell me what you expect?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, Coach Nnamdi. Good evening, everyone. My name is Demi. Although I hope that it will be better for me at my end. Because of the network thing and the distorting sound. I don't know. But I have high expectation. My expectation, let me just summarize it, is to be near perfection. If not, I don't want to say, I know it's possible to be perfect, but I know this is the crypto space, so my expectation is to be near perfection in my trading. I want to really know, be able to know when, thank God for the TJS mode that we use, but also as well, after using, I want to do more than just those analysis, the KDJ, the Bollinger Band, to be able to progress into using trend lines and, those other technical analysis at the same time, knowing how fast, I mean, when you are on the 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute charts, you know what I'm talking about. It's pretty fast. So every decision one has to make, one have to be swift with it. So I want to really know exactly what I need to do and how fast I need to quickly go about it in terms of trade, and also when to leave the market. Most times I enter some trade and the trade just goes south, and I'm, oh, should I leave now or I not? Maybe it will reverse to my favor and all that, and I just see it going a little deeper, so but if I understand better, I know after this training, with those testimonials I listen to, I know I have the expectation, I trust my coach Nnamdi, that I will get results and do better in my trading. So those are just I don't want to make this my comment too long, but those are my expectations. Those are my expectations for now.
Absolutely. And I can assure you that this training will deliver on all those expectations. You will
Yes,
have
sir.
near perfect trades. But let me tell you this, there's no 100%, trade accuracy. All right. You will have bad trades, but we're going to show you how to mitigate and to prevent yourself being trapped in long floating losses, right? That will hold you for 1 month, hold you for you shouldn't be in a floating loss for 2 weeks, okay? And we're going to show you all of those things in the course of this training. All right, thank you very much. Richard Fogo.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm so grateful. Richard from Ghana. Yes, I think some of my expectations has already been said. So I'll just say one, which is how to set the strategy on the Royal Q-boat. I'd want that by the close of this training, I should be able to do the settings properly myself. There was a coin that was actually on floating loss that we have to bring out of that. Together, you and I, we bought another coin with it, which is not. So when the issue of floating loss came in, how to push and do whatever, I tried doing it. I went and bought the coin at the exchanger. And I bought over the quantity that was actually there. Then I went to continue the trading, and then I sold off. When I sold off manually up to date, I haven't seen the reflection of that amount. But at Binance, I realized that a certain quantity of what I bought has been left there. Okay, so I just have to convert that quantity left over there. But up to date, that amount, I have not realized that. I don't know what mistake I could have probably have made. But I remember I bought even more than the quantity before I resumed the trading and then sold off manually. Going forward, I think some of these things I'll be hoping they'll be put on. And thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Richard. Now, the focus of this training, once we kickstart, is mainly on chart analysis. But as a value-added service, I'll be attending to, concerns of people with their bot and all those things. I mean, we want you to succeed with Royal Q, so we're gonna. And I'm saying this because somebody was sounding funny to me when I forgot to follow up an appointment that we had, and she was said something funny. That is this how I operate? I'm like, come on. All right. So what you paid for is a training on chart analysis to be able to generate signals yourself. That's what you paid for. As a value-added service, of course, I will look at your bot settings. I'm going to make sure everybody is on the same page when it comes to the capabilities of managing your bot. All right. So please, let's be clear on that. Maybe before the end of this call, we're definitely going to look at how to set your strategy, because I think everybody in this, coaching call and throughout the training should be able to easily do that. Okay. So Richard, thank you very much for your comment. I appreciate it. Now, another thing is for the trade that you converted, you didn't need to pause it. You need to just leave it to run its course. It will take 3 months. You didn't have to go pausing that trade again. All right. Because you're trying to recover from the other one that was delisted. So you needed to just leave it. All right. You're kind of holding it. Even if it takes it 3 months, it will go up and down, but you're just meant to just leave it. All right. But we'll take that offline and handle it. All right. So, all right, let's go. Lucky Uzo, you want to say something on your expectations?
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. My expectation in this training is that I just wish I could be able to be generating a signal on my own and enter a trade. I myself is a complete novice to this very business. I just entered it this year and with desperation, so and the little that my upline have given to me has actually he has tried a lot. He has really tried a lot, but out of desperation, the money that I came in with went into floating loss, and all the while I've been struggling, and the strategies, a lot of strategies. Actually, I'm not in the structure of coach, of you, coach. I'm not in your structure. So the issue of the TGS strategy, I don't know it, and I've been struggling, to know about that strategy, and it has been very difficult for me. Even the signals you sent, I have not been able to follow it, to pick it, So, and I just expect that through this training, I'll be better. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that precise one. I'm just taking some notes. So you want to be able to understand TGS and take signals. Okay. This is very important. All right. Thank you very much, Uzoloki. Madam Favor, go ahead. Yeah, hello, Favor, go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening, madam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Go ahead, ma.
Can someone hear me, please?
Yes, good evening, madam. Continue. We can hear you.
The truth is that I'm new in Royal Q. I joined in August 14. So due to my desperation, after receiving some lectures from my upline, she now said, okay, I can put in for trading. So as I put in for trading, my first try, everything just go to, what is it called? Everything just hook. She said I can't trade again until that's one that I've traded sell off. So everything went for, it's on floating loss right now. So I've been listening to some of your stuff, like the batch one, the lecture you gave there. There are some things that I noted down. Some terminologies you do use, I don't even understand anything about all these terminologies. For instance, you say one need to be setting, import setting. I don't understand what that means. Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Go ahead, I can hear you.
Okay. Then you also said we should trade with 20% deep tolerance. I still do not know what that means. Then another thing that I noted is talking about what margin calls is, I still do not know. So since I'm new, I really just want to understand some of this terminology, and I'm willing to add money because I started with just $100. So she has been telling me that that money is not enough. I need to put in money after I finish learning. So I just want to know everything on how to go about all this trading stuff. So that's my expectation. I want to be vast in it. Then you also talk about top-notch performance. Some of these terminologies, I really do not understand them, sir. So if at all you can be throwing more light on this, some of this terminology, I will highly appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Top-notch performance. I don't know that terminology. Maybe I just said it in passing. Okay. Yeah, so top-notch performance is not the technical term. It's just maybe I was talking about the trades performance, maybe fast trades, right? Okay, thank you very much, ma. We're going to go beyond the expectation, and I understand there are people here. You're not the only one that's coming in. You're not the only one that's coming in fresh into Royal Q. We have somebody that registered a few days ago, like 2-3 days ago, also here. like I said, just be hungry to watch the videos. Then the coaching calls will be to answer your questions, okay? So Monday evening, we'll start the coaching
Yes,
call
sir.
for support and resistance. I need everybody to watch that today or tomorrow morning. If possible, watch it twice. Let me tell you a secret about my videos. You watch them once, you think you've gotten everything, you've not. You watch them the second time, and then you realize you've gotten more information. All right, so just watch the videos. Then when you come to the coaching calls, we'll take it from there. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate your
Yes, sir.
feedback.
It's been on WhatsApp.
Sorry?
The coaching call you are talking about, is it going to be done on WhatsApp and what
Oh,
time?
No, it will be done on Zoom. This same Zoom. Give a link, different links, different days. So it will be done via Zoom. And I will be doing a lot of the drawing and everything I'm doing on my chart. You'll be watching me. But to get to a point, I'll tell you to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll tell you to do assignments. We are very few in this session, about 16 or so. So I will push it to you to do it, at one point. Monday, anytime, I am not too sure of the exact time. It could be 6:30, 7:30, all right? Latest 7:30. We're going to talk about that in the WhatsApp group and agree on a preferred time, all right? All right, does anybody else want to set expectations for the training?
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Hi. Good morning, everyone from here. I'm glad to be in this training. My expectations are, one, I would say that I am a novice to this. So I am coming in with a mindset that I want to learn everything I need to know to be able to succeed. I want to be able to trade confidently. I want to also be able to know all I need to know about um, um, trading. And also, my desire is to be able to make consistent passive income. And also, I want to be able to generate signals. So I'm just here open to learn as much as I can learn to succeed in Royal Q. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that expectation, and we're going to exceed your expectations. So once again, I want to thank all the new people who are I prefer to teach those who don't know anything. Because you don't have something to unlearn. But people have what they understand before now, and it's difficult to make them unlearn it. People have always loved indicators and they have a particular way, but we're going to make you unlearn those things. All right. So it's fine. We're going to take it gradually, and you just be ready to push yourself, because I will push you. I will push the 16 of you who are in this training batch. I'm going to push you. So sometimes I'm going to snap, but I'm going to be respectful always. But I'm going to snap. Like in the batch one, they didn't want to do the assignments, and I had to tell them, you're not going to enter the next class unless you do my assignment. I was just trying to stress them. But then they started doing the assignments. Then sometimes they will stop and I have to rake them. They wanted to start taking live trades and making money. I said, all of you, stop it. You can't take live trades now when you have not done the 30 assignments I asked you to do. So I'm going to do all that. So when I offend you, you have to forgive me, but you have to learn this thing. So just be ready to push yourself through the trainings. It's going to be 2-week intensive, but then we have 6 months to keep perfecting it. Any other person who has expectations they want to share?
Yes, Coach. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my expectations. Before I move to my expectation, I must say your energy is commendable. Each time I listen to you, I get some kind of positive contamination. But by the time I will leave your presence, a few hours, like everything goes away. I've been following your trainings for several years. I got into RoyalQ, was part of your energy team around 2022 or 2021, but I dropped from RoyalQ because of floating loss. So that brings me to one of my expectations, which is already covered in the topic, goodbye to floating loss. And that links me to the next thing, which is that of making as much profit as possible, rewriting my financial statutes using RoyalQ. I have been in the business as I came back for above a year, but most often, sometimes, even the few persons you bring in, the challenge is floating loss. I want you to cue from there and say that since the market, most often, like you have said, is in floating loss, therefore, if we could trade the market down, it will make a lot of sense. I have trades that have been in deep for above a year. So if I were trading down, I'll be able to make profit. I think in this light, I have finished my expectation. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you very much. So now you'll be in my presence a lot. So that's going to be super exciting. I'm going to be in your face every morning. All right. So the energy won't leave. All right. And for 6 months, we're here together. So the energy is going to be there. All right. I won't be contaminating you. I'll be influencing you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Which country are you joining us from?
From Cameroon.
Okay, Cameroon. All right, cool. All right, it's a pleasure. And this is why I'm doing these trainings. Though I've said this, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but the RoyalQ is super powerful. The only thing is we just need to understand the market. Once you understand this market, everything. So, what about Adekoya? Type 1,000 in the chat box if all the expectations is something that our training could meet, because Adekoya has done the batch 1 training. Is there any expectation that they have said here that we cannot meet? You can just type 1,000 in the chat box if your network is not good. If we can meet all the expectations that they've said, 1,000, absolutely. So she was part of batch 1. So nobody has even said anything that is rocket science. So I just needed her to give me that 1,000 just to reassure all of you that your expectations will be met. Is there anybody else with an expectation among the new persons? All right, good. So now, I will go into RoyalQ, and I want to see the kind of settings we have been using. Who would like to share their settings with me, or who is unsure of their settings? Or what settings are we using? Because that's the purpose of this coaching call. I want to know the settings you're using so we can look at it and make sure you use the right setting. Yeah, Lucky. Do you want to share your screen? All right, great, Richard. Okay,
Yes,
Lucky.
sir. Please guide me on how to do that.
Okay, just a moment. Let me enable sharing. All right, so on your Zoom, open your Zoom app and you will see share.
Okay.
So this is the reason for this call. I want everybody, when it comes to setting, you need to get it right. Because when we start trading, nobody here should say, oh, I was using the wrong setting. Nah. We want to start talking about money going forward. So have you seen share? Just open your Zoom app.
Okay. I'm on the Zoom app.
Look for share.
Under more.
Okay, what are you seeing on your Zoom app?
I'm seeing whiteboard, event app.
Okay, have you clicked on share already?
No.
All right, so okay, so you don't really know how to share. Richard Foggo, you know how to share, right? Let's start with you.
Yes, I know how to share, but I don't have my boot up on the laptop.
Okay.
Or quickly, let me join with my phone.
No problem. No problem. You can join with your phone, but you don't activate your audio on that device so you don't cause echo. So, Mr. Lucky,
okay,
you look at your Zoom application. I'm trying to connect to the meeting with my other device. But in the meantime, let me pause this recording so it won't be needlessly long. All right. So, let me see your trades. Click on strategy. How many trades do you have on?
I have 3.
Rows. Okay, and they're all in good shape anyway. So click on rows. Let me see the setting you're using. Click on trade setting.
On what?
Trade setting, bottom left. Okay. You're using 3 margin calls. 2.5%. Okay, interesting. Click on margin configuration. Okay, great. Are you using how much did you earmark for your trade?
I resumed it with 50 USDT.
So what I mean by earmark is you might have $500, but you decide that you want to trade 3 coins or 5 coins or 10 coins. So
okay.
So then you have an amount you've earmarked for a particular trade. So for this trade, how much did you budget for this trade?
100.
Okay, 100. Okay, so if it's 100, I can see 4 times there, 2 times, 1 time. That's 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7. That's 7 times. Then go back. Go back to the original screen of the settings. Then you have 1 time, so you have 7 times. Then the first buying amount is the 8th time. Okay, you have 7 times, 7 portions, 4, 2, 1. That is 7. Plus the first buying amount, that is 8. Now, when you are, we need to understand this. When you are trading with less than $300, you need to do the low capital setting, which is what I think you are doing. So you said $100, right? That means you do $100 divided by 8. That means your first buying amount will be 12.5. Okay? Do you get it?
Yes.
Sorry,
let me write.
So your first buying amount will be 12.5 since you are using $100 and you don't want to do open position double. But to me, if you were to do this, I would tell you to do open position doubled because we want as much money to enter the first trade in case it goes straight to profit. All right.
Okay.
So for low capital, for high capital, that is $300 and above. What we do is we tell people to do 45% of their capital. But that is only for $300 and above. For less than $300, we use low capital settings. So if you're going to turn on open position doubled, then that means instead of 8, it will be 9 times. Do you understand?
Okay.
That is 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, 7.
Yes.
So first buying amount, 8. Then open position doubled, 9. Which will mean $100 divided by 9, which will give you 11.1. So I will tell you to put on open position doubled and then change it to 11.1. Do you understand? But
okay. The first buying amount to 11.1.
Yeah, if you are doing $100 setting. So, but your setting is not so bad. It's fine. But I don't know, why do you put 2.5? That was the setting given by the signal, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. So go back to your strategy. Go back to And is this the same setting you use for all your trades?
No, sir. I use RQTMI strategy in the other ones.
Okay, it's fine. That means you use their signals, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go back. So for signals that I will give, and the signals that Prof will give, okay, and the signals you're going to generate from this training, you should use the TGS settings, okay?
Okay, like this one that that I will just looked at right now.
Yeah. So click on mine. Let me see your assets. You have gas fee. Okay, great.
32.
Good. Go back. I observe you have not put your nickname. So why haven't put your nickname there? Above click on that place, you have your email address. Everybody should put their nickname. Click on that arrow on the right near your email address. Click on that arrow. Or yeah, pick a nickname. Everybody needs to give themselves a nickname so that your sponsor will know you are making money. And the nickname has to be unique. So okay. Let's see if somebody has taken it. Looks like it's accepted. Let's see. So please, all members, put a nickname. And it's not for me, but if you were in my structure, if you have a nickname and you're trading, it's going to, Mr. Gabriel, I'm going to come to that. Okay, accepted. Great. So let's go back. Click on mine and click on my strategy settings. My strategy settings. Oh, you have so many strategies. See, anyone you're not using, just delete it, so you don't confuse yourself. I can see you have TGS 300.
Below 300. I said
Okay.
TGS below 300.
Okay, below 300. Yeah, that's fine. So that's the one we worked on, right? So I want you to click on the biro by that one. There's a pen on the top of on the top right by that one. There's a sign of a pen. Click on it. So this is where
I clicked on it.
I want you to do open position doubled.
Okay. Done.
Then put 11.1. So I want you to rename it to TGS $100 because this is a setting for $100. So there is no general setting for below 300. So you have to do the calculation. Just say TGS $100, remove the below.
Okay.
All right, good.
Done.
So 11.1. So let's go to your margin call just to be sure. Margin configuration.
Margin call configuration.
Margin configuration. Yeah, 1, 2, 4. Yeah, good. It's okay. So you are tolerating how many percent dip? Do you know what these things mean? These settings here, do you know what it means?
Yes, if I calculate this one, this is the dip percentage. The 2.5, 4.2, and 7.
So if you Madam what's her name? I don't remember her name. Somebody said she's a newbie and she wanted to know. She's still here. Okay, so somebody said that she wants to know what 20% dip tolerance is. So when I give signals, you see 20% dip tolerance. What it means is, you see that margin call drop. This is what they call margin call drop, the one on the left side. That means
Yes,
I
sir.
expect you to tolerate 20%. But that 20% is mostly feasible when you're trading with $300 and above. But when you're trading with less than $300, most times you can just tolerate 15%. All right. So you can see 2.5 plus 4.5, that gives you 7, right?
Yes.
Plus-
Plus 7, that's 14.
That's 14. So you're tolerating 14% drop, call drop. So that means your trade is going to have a deep tolerance of 14%. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
for me, if you change the 7 to 8, that means you can tolerate 15% drop in price. Then on the right side, can you explain to me what the multiple buying ratio means? So that everybody here want to be on the same page. What does multiple buying ratio mean?
For the number one, the one time, the first one is when the trade drops with 1.5, it will buy one time. Drops with 2.5, it will buy one time.
Good. That one time, what does it mean? One time what?
One time, that is the amount.
So it will buy
Amount.
one times the amount in first buying amount.
The first buying amount, yes, sir.
So your first buying amount is 11.1. So when the market drops by 2.5%,
2.5%,
it will go by one times 11 points. So you just buy 11.1% or 11.1.
Yes.
Now,
USDT.
when the price drops by 4.5%, that's the second call now. When the price drops by 4.5%, it will go by 2 times 11.1, 2 times your first buying amount. Okay, so I want us to understand that. Then when it drops by 7%, it will buy 4 times the first buying amount. So do you understand why we calculated everything for low capital? We summed everything up and divided by your capital earmarked for it?
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
I did.
So this should guide each one to understand it. Now, there's something you need to know. If you turn on AI margin call, it will not execute at that percentage that you put here. For example, you're using AI margin call. What you will realize is that Royal Q will be monitoring for a major support. It will override the percentage you put in that trade. Royal Q will be looking for a major support. You will see it monitoring. So when it monitors, it will tell you, okay, this is the major support. It will not buy those margin calls until it gets to that major support. So please remember this, that when you use AI margin calls, your margin calls might not execute according to the percentage you put in the margin configuration. All right. But it will actually help you to avoid high floating losses too, because it will buy only when it hits major support or resistance points. But if you do the analysis, when you go through my training, okay?
Okay.
After you complete my training, you want to turn off AI margin calls, because you'll be trading with so much precision that you don't want to be, you want it to execute according to your percentage call drop. Okay? Yeah. Exactly.
So, but you advise that I should leave it for now.
Yeah, for now. Or you can turn it off, it's your choice, you know. But my advice to people is, unless when Prof drops signals, don't trade anymore yourself until after the first 1 week of our training. Is that too hard?
Not at all.
So after my training, this is what people do. When they see those signals, they do extra analysis based on what I have taught. So it's not every signal that my guys trade. When a signal is dropped, they will do their own analysis and determine when to enter. So you are blessed for being in this training session. That's what I'm just going to tell you.
Absolutely.
You are blessed for taking the chance when other people were, thinking, when you look at it, the floating loss we have gone through, how much will you have paid to avoid the floating loss? You'd have been willing to pay anything, right? Yeah, but it's just the knowledge you need, and we're going to show you that. All right, so that's it. You can save your settings now. And I believe I'm going to make impact in your life, your trading life over the next 6 months, that you would never want to do Ponzi scheme again. Everybody who does the training, they never want to do Ponzi scheme again. Never. All right. And I want to congratulate you also for grabbing this course while it's still $100, because I will not offer this course again at $100. All right. So maybe you can teach other people at $50, $100, but I will not personally offer my time for that price anymore. All right. So so that's all for your settings. I think you're good. Some people say they don't know how to import, so I want to use your own screen to show people how to import. Is that okay?
Okay.
So I have a short video on that, which I'm going to share in the group after this session. But for those who say they don't know how to import, so once you have saved your strategy, so once you activate someone, you activate a downline. The first
Chief,
thing,
can I say something here before?
you said what?
Can I say something here before you go out of this page?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so on the part of the call margin call drop, what I have realized is that the percentage that you put in there, sometimes I looked at it like when it's so deep, for instance, he was using 2.5%. All right, I've realized that it keeps the sell off for a very long time. For instance, I tried using 1%, 1.5 in that manner. You realize that when it goes 1%, okay, it is able to buy faster. Then most of the times it sells faster. Okay, I know the call dip like up to 2015 helps a lot, but sometimes I realize it's keeping it for a very long time because it doesn't actually reduce so much. Like the percentage fall doesn't go so quickly. It takes several hours before it falls to maybe 2.5% for the next buy in. What do you have to say about that?
Okay, so there are different market times. There are different market types. There's uptrend, there's downtrend, and there's sideways markets. So what you are saying, to work fine in sideways market, you get away with it. In an upward trend market, you get away with it. But in a bearish market, you pay for it with long floating loss. If you tolerate only 3% call drop or 5%, and market crashes by 60%, what will you do? You just find out that you're screwed. You're just going to be there forever waiting for floating loss. You start praying to God to intervene in the market. You go to the mountain and kabash, praying that the market will reverse in your favor. And you realize that the market doesn't respond to prayers. It responds to the billionaires who manipulate it. If you kabash, I'm not saying that, I mean, prayer is important. Prayer can turn anything around. But you see, the market will do whatever it wants to do. So there are principles of the market. And having traded for 3 years, I can tell you there's a reason we say tolerate 20% call drop. But after my training, you would no longer need to tolerate 20% call drop. Okay? 20% call drop is for people that haven't done this training. After this training, you will just be doing 4% or 5% call drop maximum. All right? You get it, Richard?
Yes.
Yes.
That will be fine.
Yeah. It's just skill set. So trust me, at the end of this training, you'll be blown away by the quality of, by God's grace anyway, God that does that, but you'll be blown away by the quality of your skill set. You will be shocked at the kind of signals you are capable of generating and the delivery speed. And then you wonder why you'd never been taught this. Now, let me tell you something. I've paid a lot of money for different trainings. What most trainers do is they just combine indicators, tell you to look at Bitcoin when Bitcoin is rising, uses indicators, enter the trade. Yeah, it's fine. That could work, but there's more to the market than that. There's more to the market than that. Honestly, so much more to the market. And what I'm going to do with your set, like I did for the first set, we're going to go to the foundation of the, when you want to build a building, when you're building, the first thing you do is the foundation also. And you dig deep into the foundation. So I remember in the first set, some people were saying, why did I save the fair value gap? Why did I save the fair value gap as the last thing after teaching them all the rest of the thing? The thing is, you need to understand the foundation. Once you get the foundation and build on it, then any other thing you're adding to it will be like a plus and will make sense to you, like crazy sense. So I'm here to change your life with trading. I'm here to create 10,000 traders who will hit $1 million in a few years. This is what I want to do. And I really am using this training as an opportunity to help Royal Q members do this. Okay? Or as many as are willing to learn. All right, so here's what you're paying for. You're not just paying for the theory, okay? You're also paying for my coaching time, because it's the coaching that will make you understand the videos. So it's okay if you watch the videos and you are confused. Just watch them and write down all your confusing areas. Then in the coaching calls, I will nail it for you. All right? Thank you very much. I can see Madam Bisi's hand up. Go ahead, Madam.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm sure everybody here is aware of what they will be getting after this training. But there are also some questions on the chat. And let me just concentrate on the 3 I have posted. The first one I said, for lower settings of $100, I thought the AI margin call is supposed to be switched off and the open position doubled open. Because in the gentleman's screen, I noticed he opened the AI margin call.
Okay, that's so the reason I keep emphasizing, what people will get from the training is because this is also a sales meeting.
Oh, okay.
So even if this batch has been closed, all right, even if this batch is closed now, there will be a third batch. So this is for people who will watch the video later. Now, if you listen to what I explained about AI margin calls, what's the difference?
The AI margin call open means the bot should use its discretion to buy at the most profitable level.
Mm-hmm. The greater support line, right?
Mm. Yes. So that's indirectly saying the bot should jettison my own settings and use its discretion.
Yeah, so it will not jettison your settings. It will only jettison the margin call drop part of your settings.
Okay, can you do that successfully if the capital is as low as $100? I would have thought maybe.
Why not? Why not? Okay. Why not? See, what it just means is his setting was 2.5% by one time, right? The market goes 2.5%. The bot will check. There's a bigger support at 5%. It won't buy at that 2.1%. 2.5% call drop. The bot has done its analysis and says, okay, the bigger support is at this level. Let's wait. So it will not buy, even though he has set 2.5%, it will not buy until it gets to that 5% or 6%. Then it will trigger. So it's just for you to know what you set, because some people come back to me and they say, hey, the bot is not obeying my settings for margin call drop. I don't know what's wrong, but of course they turned on. Yeah. So it will get to that 5%. It will buy the first margin call. Now his second margin call was 3.5%, for example. Is it 3.5? Yeah. Now the bot is looking and he's seeing that the next major support is 10%. It will not buy at that 3.5%. it will disregard that part of the margin call. It will wait until the market has dropped by 10% before it will buy. So it's a plus or minus. There are gains and pros and cons. So what's happening is all his money will not quickly enter the trade.
Yeah.
So if the market moves up and goes to take profit, he will only take profit on a small amount of his money. But in a crashing market, it's good to use the AI call, because when the market is crashing, then you want to buy at major supports so that the coin will now bring down the average price significantly. And because we use maximum of 4 margin calls for now, because we use 4 margin calls, you realize that you just want to quickly enter the market, maximize the money, get out of it. And that's why we say 45% of your first buying amount, should be in the game.
Okay, thank you so much. There's another question I actually posted. Can the gentleman just share his margin configuration again, so that we can use it to answer this? I said, how do these settings tell us what deep tolerance we have imputed? Now, can you click on,
I thought I answered that. Okay, sir, let him answer it by himself. What's your deep tolerance now? Can you explain, Mr. Lucky?
Yes, my deep tolerance, that is the margin call drop. The total is 14.
Exactly. So, Madam, you see, how did we arrive at the 14?
He just added all the various margin call drop levels.
So I guess you were busy doing some other thing. Are you in the kitchen?
No.
Probably so.
Because your 2 questions, I've even answered them already, even before you came to.
No, I wasn't busy. Maybe my brain is waking up, just waiting.
That's a newborn baby at hand.
I don't know, Madam, maybe a grandchild or something, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, this now leads to the 3rd question, which I hope is not stupid then. I said the second percentage drop, that's a 4.5. Am I right in assuming it's 4.5 of the first buying amount? Right, and so not 4.5 of the balance after taking out 2.5?
Okay, so that part you have called margin call drop, has nothing to do with your balance.
With the money, yes.
Yeah.
It has nothing
to do. It's all about the percentage.
It has nothing to do with your money. It's just about, if market drops by this percentage, what action should I take?
From which point?
Hello, Coach Nnamdi, sir. I think what she's trying to ask is, when you the interpretation of this margin configuration, the first margin call, when it buys at this 2.5, the first margin call, it will reduce the average price, to maybe where it was 2.5% before, so it will reduce it to maybe 1.2.
No, I don't think that's what she's asking. But let me find out. Let me ask.
No. What I mean is, when we say, okay, let's even take the first one. First call, it says 2.5%.
Yeah.
My interpretation to that has always been, when there's a drop, when it drops by 2.5 of the first buy-in amount, or is it 2.5 of the price you entered the market?
No,
all right.
Neither.
So here it is. First thing, on the left side, margin call drop. That has to do with your deep tolerance. That is, if the market goes against you in the opposite direction, how much can you tolerate?
14%, according to this.
Yeah, okay, this is 4, 6, 7, 14%. So that means if the market goes against him by 40%, he's in the game, but the market goes against him by 60%, he's screwed. All right?
Yes.
So that's why he needs good signals. So that even if it goes against him by 20%, he's still okay, because overall, he will just have maybe minus 7% and then back in the game, sales and profit. So on that left side, it has to do with, if the market goes against you, that means you bought and then it goes red, right? And I'm going to draw that in the chart in a moment. Remind me, madam. And there's no stupid question. In our meetings, there is no stupid question. I might laugh, okay? And we might joke about it, but there's no stupid. In fact, I like stupid questions because there's somebody that's going to learn from those questions that is keeping quiet. All right. And I like people like Madam BC here who are expressing themselves. Because of your presence here, a lot of people are going to gain special knowledge because you're going to be asking a lot of questions. Why some people are going to be hiding in the background. So on the left
Like
side,
me.
the market goes against you by 2.5%. What do? Buy 1 times. Madam, 1 times. That 1 times means 1 times what? The first buying amount, right?
First buying amount.
1 times the first buying amount. So that 2.5 drop is actually 2.5% drop from the current price I entered.
Yep.
No.
Oh,
Yes,
it
That
is.
is it.
that's
Yes.
it.
So if I entered at 1.025, maybe that's the price, the current price at which I entered the market. So if that price drops 2.5%, then I'm telling the bot, buy 1 time my first buying amount.
Mhm.
So that is it.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Now, if that is the case, this second call is when the market drops 4.5. 4.5 from where? Is it 4.5 from the price I entered, or 4.5 after the price of the first call?
So 4.5 based on average price. So when it has
Average.
bought the first margin call, to check the average price. So that's what we call the
Okay.
average price. If you watch
Yeah.
the first video on the first batch coaching call, I explained that I explained that very well. I don't know if you watched that video. So you can go
Okay.
back to it and watch it. So I explained the average price very well, and I might do that again in this session because it's something that everybody that goes through this training needs to understand. I mean, if you go through my classroom, there are some things I expect you. There's a level I expect you to perform in the global Royal Q community. So that is something I'm going to explain again. All right. But do you get the concept of these percentages now?
Yes, I do. Thank you so much. I do.
So when it's going against you to be buying more, so remind me, Ma, to explain this again. I have mentioned 2 things I said you should remind me, but please, just remind me after some questions. I need to just show it on the chat, right? All right. Mr. Richard Fogo, you want to say something on this again?
Yes, I want to ask a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So after your strategy settings, if you put up a trade and you realize that probably things are not going on well and you think your settings wouldn't help for that particular trade, is there any way you could put up a different strategy that will go to affect what you have already traded with? For instance, the amount I am using, okay, I've realized that it's not helping me, and I can add up a certain amount to correspond with my margin calls and all that can actually sell off quickly. Is there any possibility?
I think we'll come to your own, because the question is better when I see your settings and I can home in on what I'll be able to be more clinical with the response. But you can do manual replenishment, but I want to see what you're talking about on your settings. So Mr. Lucky, are we done with you, man? We're done, right? Save your settings here. Okay. So always one shot, always one shot. Now go to your strategy. Let me emphasize this for people. All right, let me emphasize this for people. Go to your strategy page. That is where the trades are running. All right, so anytime you enter a trade, make sure it's on one shot. Look at Rose USDT. Below the Rose USDT, after the current percentage on top of it, you will see one shot. All right, you will see one shot. That one shot is how you want to trade. Don't trade cycle, please. When you forget to import your setting and you pay attention to it and see cycle, that will tell you, oh, I did not import my setting. And you can quickly correct that, okay? So it's very, very important for you to take note of this point. Absolutely very, very important for you to take note of this point when you are taking trades. one of the common mistakes new people make is they forget to import their setting. They forget to import. Okay, so Mr. Lucky, we're done with you, right?
Sorry, sir. How do one import settings, if I may ask? Sorry, jumping.
I was looking for you all along. So,
Okay.
Madam Favor, it's like you left the meeting for a moment, right?
No, I've been hearing everything.
Okay.
I've
So
been here.
but have I answered your question about margin call drop?
No.
No. I've answered your question. During our trainings, please stop everything you are doing. Stop everything you are doing. Otherwise, so I will tell you, Madam Favor, go and watch the, maybe I will explain it again when I go to, I will just explain it again, all right? When I go to, but this time I will have to get you to engage because obviously you fall. So please, it's okay if you are a beginner, I don't have a problem with that. But it's not okay that I repeat something twice and you don't even understand that I have repeated it. Please, all right?
So maybe the terminology that I don't understand,
Okay,
like
no
I
problem.
said before.
So when I go to Richard's screen,
It's over 3 times. Jeez.
over 3 times. Yeah, it's fine. That's why I said people learn at their own pace. So I understand that. And I love repeating myself. All right. So let's import. Madam, pay close attention, Madam Favor. Pay close attention. But you understand that we have saved the settings, right? Hello, Madam Favor. We have saved the strategy settings. I hope you saw where we saved it. So now let's import. Let's just say you want to trade a coin. Let's say the coin you want to trade is called NTRN. All right. So let's go to NTRN. So go to home page. This is how you import. You go to home. Click on home, sir. Then look for NTRN. Click on the search. Click on the search and type NTRN. If you don't see it, then you have to go to NTRN. Are you on Binance?
Yes, sir.
Letter N, T, R, N. Good, that's it. So click on it. So please, after saving your settings based on your capital, the next thing you want to do is come here and import. How do you import? Do as if you want to take a trade. Click on create at the bottom. Then you click on Martingale Strategy Bots. Then click on create again. Then is the lower one you want to click on next, the lower next, okay? Not the upper one, the lower one that says, feel free to create your own strategy. Now, this is the screen where we activate your trade, but don't activate your trade. So, Madam Favor, can you repeat after me? Never activate your trade before importing it. Can you repeat it after me?
Never activate your trade before importing it.
Always import your trade first and then activate.
Always import your first and then activate.
All right. If you forget this, you might operate with default martingale and to bite you. Painful bite. All right. So to import now, we'll click on trade settings on the bottom left. On the bottom left of the page, you will see trade settings. Click on trade settings. Now, when you come to trade settings, you are not interested in smart create. You're interested in manually create. So on the top, you will see manually create. So click on it. So when you click on it, it gives you the option of importing your settings. So the first line there is my template, choose a strategy setting. Once you click that, choose a strategy setting, it will take you to a page where you have all your strategies saved. And our strategy is the first one. Before you click on it, always memorize the first buying amount because you will type it afresh, okay? Observe the margin call limit and then observe the first buying amount. So the first buying amount for TGS $100 is 11.1. So tap on 11.1. And he has imported the setting, but you can see it has put 12 there. So now he will type 11.1. That is why you always have to memorize the first buying amount. Because sometimes you will come here and what you see there is $500.
Hi.
Okay. All right. So he has imported his setting. How do we know he has imported it? If you look at margin call limit is showing 3 margin calls. I have to mute almost everybody now. Margin call limit is showing 3 margin calls. Position take profit callback is 0.01. And yeah, so this is how you import. Okay, so scroll down and save.
I see activated fine.
So he has saved it. Now, we're not going to activate this, okay? So the next thing to do is to now click activate because he has imported. So, Madam Favor, did you get it? Oh, I hope she's still here.
I thought you muted her.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's it.
So that's, but I have a video on this, so I will drop it in the group right after this meeting. Very short video to guide you, so you can, watch it several times. Always remember to import before clicking activate, and the more you do it, the faster it gets. All right.
Can I ask a question?
All right.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, sir.
Hello, coach.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Like always import here.
It's like you have a device there with you. Can you go separate from the device where your wife is? Just.
I don't understand.
There's an echo from your background. You are close to another device that's in this meeting.
Okay, maybe because my laptop and my phone, they are on.
Please go. I'll mute you. Just go separate yourself from the. Oh, okay. Once you are away from the, you can now unmute yourself and ask the question. Okay, so thank you very much, Mr. We're looking forward to your question. A1234X.
Always import your trade.
Always import.
I don't understand that that part.
Always import your settings. Okay, so let me ask you, did you observe that we set his strategy first? Did you observe when we set his strategy? Did you observe when we set his strategy?
Yes.
So I was watching. So that strategy we set was the behavior of the bot. So we saved it. Okay. Now, so we have told the bot, this is how I want you to behave, and we saved it. So for every trade you want to take, you want the bot to behave in a certain way. So you have to go and import that setting.
Okay.
If you don't import that setting, the bot will behave in the default way. And that default way is for people that are trading with $30,000. The default behavior of the bot is for people that are trading with $30,000. It's not for people that are trading with $100, $1,000. Default martingale, doubling method. It will swallow your money.
I believe I will cook.
So first thing, whenever you activate the bot on your binding, the first thing is to save your strategy. Then the next thing is to begin to, whenever you want to trade, you import it first. Okay. All right. So like I said, the first thing you want to do is to save your settings. Then the next thing you want to do is import your setting when you want to take a trade. Is it clear?
Yeah.
And don't worry, it might look a little strange, but remember the first time you drove your car, you were scratching the wall, you didn't know what to do, you didn't know the size or looking complex, but today now you enter any car and you know the size, apart from trailer. Yeah. So the more you do whatever it is we're going to do, the better you get. So that's it. The next step is to activate, but we're not taking this trade, so just wanted to show that. All right, thank you very much, sir, for your time. Mr. Lucky, are you clear? Mr. Lucky. All right, so you're muted, so okay, that's fine. So let me stop you from sharing, and then let me get Let me get Mr. Richard to share. So, Mr. Richard, can you please share? Please mute yourself. Mr. Richard, are you still here? Richard Fox. Please, A1234.
Hello?
Mute yourself, eh? A1234X, mute yourself. There's kind of noise coming from your background. Just mute yourself.
I don't know.
When I mute you, you unmute yourself, and I cannot just mute everyone. It's gonna make it difficult for people to unmute themselves. All right. Mr. Richard, can you share your screen? Let's look at your account. Really, I want to be sure that we're on the same page with this certain thing, all right? So that we can fly with other trainings. But I also beg you not to trade for 1 week. Just kind of be patient. Let's do the first week of the training before you trade, okay? Just 1 week of patience, because I want you to maximize your money. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to your current trades. Click on strategy. Okay, you have a trade that's on now. Click on it. Let's see the setting. Minus 18%. Okay. All right. So click on trade setting on the bottom left. Let's see. All right. So for margin calls. Okay, what capital did you earmark for this trade? Yeah, you can unmute
Hello?
Yeah,
Yes.
what capital did you earmark for this trade?
251.
Okay, 251. Now, if you do 251, remember it is less than $300. So you cannot do the normal setting for $300 and above.
Okay.
Now, of course, you can do whatever you want to do, but this is what I just think, okay? And I don't think I have all the, you know best what you want to achieve. So, but I just say that generally because for duplication. But I now understand your question a little better. All right, so click on your margin configuration. Let's look at it because I can see 4 margin calls, and that 4 margin calls is for $300 and above. Jeez. Okay. Okay. What was the first buying amount?
25.1.
Okay, so let's take it this way. So that's fine. All right. So first buying amount is 25.1. It drops and buys 2 times, right? So what you see here is 4, 3, 2, 1. How many in total is that? That's 10 times, right?
10. Yes.
Okay, good. So plus the first buying amount, that's 11, right?
Yes.
So 11 times 25. That's $275. Don't worry, I'm doing the calculation now. We want to...
Yes, 275.
So it's higher than 250. Do you understand?
Yes, yes.
We can go back to Royal.
Okay.
So what this will cause is when it's meant to buy the last one that is 4 times, it will complain to you that it cannot do that.
Yes, it was actually complaining.
Yeah. So it's okay if you want to do four times. 4 margin calls is okay if that's what you want to do. At least you're still in whole warehouse mode, so it's fine. So what $250? What I'm going to tell you is make sure you do open position doubled. Are you using open position doubled?
No, please.
So I would suggest you turn that on. And if you want to do 4 times, 4 margin calls, but me, I'll suggest you just do 3 margin calls and do 1, 2, 4, okay?
Okay.
Because you want your money to trade for you. So just do 1, 2, 4. But if you want to do 4 margin calls, it's fine. So this is what you're going to do, okay? First buying amount is there. The open position doubled is 2 times. So what you can do is you do 1 time here, then another 2 times. Then you have 3 there, right?
Then 4.
You have 3. Then you have
4.
So that is like how many times is that, 4 plus this is 10 times, Abi? Or
Yes.
9. This is 5 plus 4. This is 10 times. That is plus 2. That's 12 times. Yeah. So 12 times, and you have 250. So 250 divided by 12 times. Sorry, I'm using my calculator, so don't worry about using yours. 250 divided by 12 times is 20.8. So with this your setting, you can use 20.8 as your first buying amount. And you can trade, this setting is fine. That means you're tolerating how much deep tolerance? 3 plus 2, 5. That is 7.5, right?
7.5.
7.5. Okay.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to do. Because most times, but it's fine. I don't want to go against it because in truth, you won't be needing, after the training, you won't need long, because you have clear exit points. So you won't be needing long, too much margin calls. Okay, so let me just allow it to be that way. So for those who are using 20% call drop, is fine. Use that for your signals. But after this training, you're not going to need more than 4% call drop or 5. Okay. So you can keep trading this way for now. At the end of the training, let us review your settings and change it.
Okay.
And instead of doing 250, if you can have $100 added to make it, sorry, another $50 added to make it 300.
It can buy up.
So at that point, your first buying amount will be 45% of your capital, which is helping you to make more money, which is what you want, right?
Yes.
Because now you have 4 margin calls. Market has to go down before you can use all the money. And it's fine. This setting is okay with all the sharp signals that you get from Prof and the team. All right. Yeah, it's fine. So you can save it. Go change the first 20.8. 20.8.
Okay.
But you need to do this also at
it's well understood. So I will also make the difference to complete the last buying in amount.
Okay. What do you mean by that's adding more money, right? To make it 270?
Yes.
Okay, it's fine.
Yes.
If you want to do that. But you know how to do the calculation now, right?
Yes. It's clear now.
All right. But me, I prefer people trading with $300 and above because you get to use the big capital settings. Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Now, the beautiful thing about the settings is that you can do whatever you want.
Thank you.
Understand how it operates. So hold on, Mr. Richard. I want Madam Favor to explain those settings to me. Can you open it? So, Madam Favor, help me. We're turning this to a coaching.
Oh. Sir, please give me some time. I can't explain it yet.
No, calm down now. The only way you learn is that you do it. Calm down, calm down. Let me tell you something I always tell people, okay? When I have to train them, both in the official environment and, informal setting like this. And I got this from Les Brown. Was it Les Brown? You cannot look good and get better at the same time. Understand it, Madam Favor?
Okay. Yes, sir.
When you come in on a job for the first time, a lot of people are bothered about trying to look good. They want to do everything perfectly. The truth is, when people come into the work environment, work under me, I don't expect them to do things right. I expect them to make mistakes. Because especially when they are new to that kind of thing, or less people who are with a lot of experience, you cannot look good and get better at the same time. If you want to get better at something, you must look bad initially. Do you understand me? And looking bad means you appear obviously ignorant of it, and people might say, oh, she knows Sabiam. But that is where you can learn. And then you will not look bad for too long. Because once you capture that thing, you begin to look good on it. So I want to encourage everybody, even when I give you assignments, be ready to look bad. Do not be ashamed to look bad. And I promise you, you will not look bad for too long. You will only look bad for 2 weeks maximum, after which you start looking good. So, Madam Favor, explain this setting. What is on the top left? What's the title there? Margin waiting.
It's margin configuration now.
Margin. So yeah, this whole page is margin configuration. But there's one place that they say margin call what?
I got a distraction. That's why I'm saying that let it be next time. So I
Don't
didn't
worry,
follow up right.
I will guide you through it. Just let go of the resistance and trying to be perfect. That's what I want you to let go of, that resistance and trying to be perfect. I could literally explain this a second or third time or 100th time, but unless I engage you, you will not capture it. So I need you to capture this screen today on this coaching call. So it's margin configuration, but under margin configuration, there are 2 headings under margin configuration. What's the one on the left?
It's margin call drop and okay, let me see it clearly. Margin call drop and multiple buy-in ratio.
Multiple buying ratio, great. Margin call drop, do you have an idea what it means? It's a percentage.
Okay, yes. I'm seeing it here.
So what does the margin call drop percentage mean?
The margin call drop percentage mean the amount you are using to trade, then you are not taking 1% from it. Don't know.
Good, good. Thank you for the effort, but here's what it means. Now, here's what it means. Are you paying attention or are you distracted right now?
Yes, sir.
Are you paying attention?
Yes, sir.
Margin call drop mean when you enter the trade and the trade go against you. You won't make the trade go up. You enter the trade, you won't make it go up. Instead make trade go up, go give you your profits. Trade can't they go down, they go the opposite direction. Your heart can't they beat. Beam, 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 beam. This trade is going negative because you're afraid of floating loss. Remember, your first trade was not palatable.
Yes.
Yeah, again. The reason why your first trade was not palatable was because of this configuration.
Okay.
So that's 1% where you see there. It means if the market go against you by 1%, make the bot do something.
Okay.
So what will the bot do when the trade goes against you by 1%? The first call. What's on the right side? 1, 2, Abi?
Yes, 1 times.
1 times. That means it will go and do 1 times your first buying amount.
Okay.
Do you know what first buying amount means?
No.
It is the amount the bot will buy the first time. When the trade, when you click on activate, the first action of the bot, that amount it will buy the first time. You don't set them for the bot already. So the behavior of the bot is already set. So That first call means when the market go against you by 1%, negative direction, floating loss, make it quickly go buy 1 times your first buying amount. So, Madam Favor, if your first buying amount is $20, what will it execute? How much will it buy? How much will it invest at this first margin call?
If my first buying amount is $20, okay, how much will it? Ask your question again, sir.
Yeah, if your first buying amount is $20, how much will the bot execute with this first margin call, this first call? If you look at the
buy
right,
1 time now.
1 times 20, how much is that?
1 times 20 is 20.
So it will buy $20. It will now go to your USDT reserve and collect $20 and buy the coin. So what is the second call?
The second is 1.5.
Do you know what that 1.5 means? Can you explain it now to me?
Yes, it means if the trading is going negative.
Good.
If the trading is
that means after you don't buy that first call, the market see they go negative. Your mind will beat beam. Hey, is this the same thing as my first trade, which was not palatable? I'm using your language. The bot will now go and buy 2 times.
2 times.
How much is that 2 times? If your first buying amount is $15, how much is the 2 times?
It's $30.
Ah, madam, you be prof now. You don't understand this in finish. What are you talking? This is why I say you must do it now. That I will not allow you to do it tomorrow. I be action person. I know they say tomorrow because where we are going far, and we must get there in 2 weeks. Today we must cross all these kind of things.
Amen.
So the same thing with the third call, the same thing with the fourth call. Okay. Now look at the fourth call. Look at the fourth call. He said if market still go again down by 3%, what will happen?
You should buy by 4 times.
So if your first buying amount is $10, how much will it buy at that fourth call?
That is 40.
But that is a bit mass now.
Thank you, sir.
You too sabi book. This
God,
thing,
I beg.
you too sabi, Madam we sabi. This thing I explain now to you. This thing, let me tell you, 60% or 70% of Royal Q members don't understand it.
It is well. Thank you, sir.
And I mean, all the people that joined the last 60 days, the last 2 months, 60-70% of them don't understand it. So you are not an ordinary person anymore. You are a chosen.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So thank you very much. So if I push you during the course of this training on the spot, it's just because I want you to pay attention. And I had to pick on her because I've explained this thing 2 times or 3 times and she didn't get it. And I had to now pick on her to get it this time. All right. So it's fine. So that's it. Mr. Richard, do you have any other question?
I have question also.
No, hold on, Mr. Lucky. You know, we spent a lot of time on your account. So I have to go to other people now. So Mr. Richard, unmute yourself. There's a concept of manual replenishment where you can save your settings. There's a concept of manual replenishment where you can go and buy additional money in a trade that is ongoing. So let me show you. This quick now. Stay on the quick, sir. Let's say now you want to bring down this average price, or you have a lot of idle money and you see that this trade is moving and you want to shovel the money in. What do? You click on buy. This is what we call manual replenishment. Click on buy, sir. The buy there, you see cycle, buy, sell, buy. Click on buy. When you click on buy, you want to now select market price. Market price means I want to buy at whatever is the current market price. I don't want to decide the market price. Whatever is the current market price, execute fast. Then you type the amount of USDT where you want to put. Let's say you want to put extra $100. Type 100 there inside the USDT section. Now, don't click on shop because we're not buying it. Okay. So this is how you do manual. This is how you do manual replenishments. This is how you do manual replenishment. Okay. In case you want to add money and shovel into your trade to maximize your profits, because sometimes you see a trade is firing. And when we do price action, you understand it. You see market is firing. You just want to go shovel money, enter inside quickly, you know. Yeah, you could actually do that. So, Mr. Richard, I think we're done with your questions. Is it clear? You're muted, so I can't hear you. All right, thank you very much. I have some chats here.
Yes,
Sorry.
this is clear. Thank you very much.
Okay, Mr. Uzo. Yeah, Mr. Uzo, ask your question now.
You say?
Okay, sir. Where we on that setting, there is is it
Okay,
Kundabo?
Richard, go back to your settings, please. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Lucky.
Okay, that plays. You said to switch on the AI and the other one, the open double position. What is it?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, sir, from that that setting where we have multiple buying ratio, if the open double position, that if that place is activated, it will be buying in double portion, right?
Okay, it will only do that for the first buy, only for the first buy.
Okay,
not for the margin calls. So the idea is, instead of just trading with $20, it will buy $40, which means it's trading more money for you.
Okay. But it will be only for that first buy.
Yeah, only for that first buy.
Okay. But the other ones will be according to the figures you imputed. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my question. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So you are now special people. You are in understanding this bot. So there's a setting that we have in your device. You have whole position take profit ratio. Who can explain what whole position take profit ratio means? Because there you normally set the profit target. What does it mean? Can somebody give it a try? Okay, Mr. Lucky, your hand is still up. As a consequence of your hand being up, can you answer it for us?
Okay, sir. Whole position take profit means the percentage whereby if the thing goes up to that level, it will take the profit.
Okay, so that definition you gave is the general definition that people think it is, but that's not the definition.
Okay, sir.
So, Mr. Lucky, I want you to say something. Tell me, this bot is powerful. Can you repeat it? This bot is powerful.
This bot is powerful.
So, whole position take profit ratio of 1.5, for example, let me use 2%. 2%. It means that when the price rises to 2%, start monitoring for selling. Start monitoring. Did you get the definition?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Start monitoring. It doesn't mean sell. This bot is powerful. If the market is pumping and pump by 10%, this bot will not sell at 2%. It will release its hold and allow the coin to pump to 10%. This bot is powerful. You might have put 2% as your take profit, but market was pumping fast. Bitcoin was moving. Money was, the coin will just pump 10%. You just see 10%. Then what will determine when it will now sell is what you have as your value in whole position take profit call back. The callback means after you have pumped and reached the height, if you come back by that percentage in the callback, if you drop, sell.
Okay.
But Abisi, yeah,
I didn't know, sorry, I
She's
was
screening.
unmuted.
you were saying, okay, you're talking to me, Abi?
No, I was actually talking to myself. I didn't even know I was unmuted. But what you said, I just made something click. Because sometimes we find out that when you include your profit, the take profit, your TP, you find out that sometimes the bot actually closes above your TP. And sometimes you see that it actually sells below your TP. Exactly. And I see a lot of people complain that why is it not selling at that price? So it means, I mean, it had attained the highest and is now retracing back, but the bot now decided to cut it and sell off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is what I want us to also, this is a quick question. And Mr. Lucky, you can answer this for me. Okay. If the market pumps, let's say your take profit is 3%, and market point pumps to 3%, and your take profit callback is 0.5%, market starts dropping, it will wait until it drops by 0.5% from that highest point. Do you understand? Because, yes, so that's why if you look at our settings, we say whole position take profit callback, we say 0.01. We say 0.01 because when it has attained its height, we don't want it to lose 0.5%. So this is why we tell you 0.01% for whole position take profit callback. Okay. And of course, the buying callback is 0.01, but you are doing one shot, so you're not buying in. It's for those who are doing cycle. That means after you sell, wait for it to drop by a percentage. Now, what if the market is pumping? You're going to miss all the pump if you're on cycle and you are doing whole position take profit callback of 0.5%. Market is pumping, you're going to miss all the pump. So that's why we put 0.01 as buying callback. So that for those who are doing cycle, immediately you sell, any slight move, buy again. Am I making sense, Mr. Lucky?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Is there any setting in Royal Q that anybody is confused about? Because we're about to wrap up this call.
Yeah, Coach Nnamdi, I want to, before you, this question you're asking, I want to talk about the call drop, the call drop ratio, and my observations. So when you set the bot at for instance, 1.5 take profits, sometimes 2%, sometimes 1%, which is the minimal you can take. So like the previous this last time when the market moved, so I take my time to observe some of those, especially those when you are trading the TGS, top gainers coins, you see those altcoins, you see the speed at which they move when the market is pumping. Sometimes when you go there and the trade has even sold, it will still show you like a shadow of what the market pumped to. Maybe you set it at 1.5.
No, I wish you can.
Will show you.
I'm sorry for cutting you. What's the question? Because you're confusing me. Yeah.
Okay. No. Okay. Yes. Yeah, I'll get to the question. I'll just trying to explain a little. Okay. The question is, you set the take profit at 1.5. Sometimes it gives you 1%. Sometimes it gives you 0.5. I've seen 0.5. So I'm surprised. I'm like, so I now, so I'm not confused. Is it the call drop, the 0.01? Is it what makes it to cut it short, or it's the rate or speed at which, the velocity at which the coin is pumping? So I observe. I'm not too sure, so I'm just asking. So you clarify on it. I'm not too sure. So I observe that when the coin is going up slowly, it's just pumping slowly. It gives you the exact percentage whole TP. But when it's just doing boom, like you know, it will just, most of them will go as dust, and it will leave, like you set for 1.5 and you see 0.5, 0.70, 0.8. So I just needed you to
Okay, which exchange
throw more light on that.
Which exchange are you using?
The exchange I'm using. No, I mean on RoyalQ. I use Binance Exchange.
Okay, good.
It's Binance.
If you are using people who use Huobi have this problem a lot. The bots doesn't the target. So on Binance, so what did I explain as whole position take profit callback?
Yeah, whole position take profit callback is the tolerance, you know, that the bot allows when the coin is pumping, you know, to, if it wants to drop, you know, when it has hit the take profit, if it wants to the rate or the percentage rate at which it allows the take profits to drop
before selling. Okay, good.
Before selling.
So good. So what value do you have in your own setting?
Oh, the value in my own setting. No, I'm just saying based on what we are discussing.
Check your trade. The particular trade involved. So here are two things. There are different angles to it. You know, when I see, I can tell. So there are times when people forget to import their trade. They forget to import their setting before taking their trade, and they are trading with default martingale. And the default, this in there is going to be 0.5. I think it's 0.5. So of course, if you put 2% as take profits, it hits 2%, and the market starts going down, it will allow you to drop by 0.5%. That means you're going to get 1.5%. And if you put
no, sir, no, I mean 0. Still on the setting of 0.01. 0.01.
Yeah, I'm just explaining different scenarios. I'm just explaining different scenarios.
Okay.
Different.
All right.
Unless I see the exact trade, and if I'm live with it, I can predict what happened. Right. So this is one thing that people normally do sometimes. They forget to, import their setting, and they are using the default setting, which will be. So if you are using 0.5 as whole position take profit callback, and put your profit at 1.5 ratio, it hit 1.5. It will wait when the market is coming down. It will sell at 1% or less. That is one scenario. The other scenario is if you're using Huobi. Of course, they have a lot of those challenges. People who are using Huobi. I haven't yet figured out how to solve that problem. Now the other thing is, yes, when market moves very fast, just as it pumps very, very fast, the bot allows you to move. Same thing when it's dropping very, very fast. Sometimes the bot will just capture it, and to capture it a little lower than what you're expecting. Okay. So the speed of the market. RoyalQ is a very super fast bot. Very super fast. But we operate in a very volatile market. So those scenarios can play out.
All right, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
iPhone, your hand is up.
Yes, I have a question.
No, I'm talking to iPhone. iPhone's hand is off. Let iPhone talk first. Unless iPhone doesn't want to talk. Okay, iPhone doesn't want to talk.
Sorry, please keep me. No, I can, but just keep me. I'm in a busy place right now.
No problem. Richard, go ahead.
I'll ask again. Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, Richard.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is, I want to know the difference between the margin callback drop and then buy-in callback.
Please repeat. Can you repeat yourself? The difference between what?
Yes, I'm saying that there is a margin call drop, and then we also have buy-in callback.
Margin call drop is in your margin configuration now.
Yes, so that one I understand perfectly how it works. But there's another thing which is buy-in callback, as in percentage that you will have to select yourself or input by.
Yeah, just put 0.01 there. Buy-in callback means, and this thing I have videos for them, and you're in my structure, so you should have watched those videos by now. If you haven't watched them, then I don't know why. Now, buying callback means if you're on cycle mode, people that are on cycle means after selling, buy again. So buying callback means what percentage should the market come down before you buy again? So the idea is that you want to buy after a pullback, right? Typically, you want to buy after a pullback. So some people will put buying callback at 0.5%. Okay. So market is pumping by 14%, and then you decide that you sold at 1.5, and then you wait for market to drop by 0.5% before you can buy again. It will not drop at 0.5% until it has hit the 14% top profit. Then it starts dropping. Then it will not buy when it has finished moving the move. So that's why we normally say put it at 0.01 so that when it sells, it can quickly buy. That means if there's any small movement downward of 0.01, it will buy. So you find out quick buy, quick sell, quick buy, quick sell, quick buy again, quick sell. For those that are operating in cycle mode. But remember, we don't really trade in cycle mode here, unless you are using autopilot settings. Always one shot.
Yes, I think this is well understood.
Thank you. All right, is there any other
Thank
setting
you.
about Royalkey? Because after today, we're going into trade, charts. Well, I'm not going to be talking about Royalkey setting, except maybe once in a while. All right, these are just value-added services that we are providing because we are, as a V5 in Royalkey. I have to also make sure that those who use Royalkey are taken care of. All right, so thank you very much, everybody, for being a part of this session. All right, please, I want to just request again that you don't trade for the next 1 week so that you can make smart use of your money. All right, it's going to take a little bit of self-control. Unless you're seeing prof signals, that's fine. Signals being dropped by me, all right, you can take some of those, but just avoid trading. Just 1 week. Alexia, I noticed the term, two people use the term desperate. In trading, you have to eliminate desperation for the good of your trading psychology. You want to remove desperation because the market doesn't care that you want to make money. The market doesn't care. All right. The market doesn't care about you want to make money quick. No. It's the skills and your ability to follow a complete set of rules to eliminate your risk. And let me tell you one thing. In the course of this training, there is nothing I will tell you that works 100% of the time. Let me be upfront about this. There is nothing I will tell you. There's no type method I'm going to show you that method alone will give you 100% success rate. No, it doesn't exist in trading. It doesn't exist. But what you can have is a combination of different things. When you combine them, it forms like a bouquet. And we have, at the end of the training, I'm going to show you what we call the Trade Success Index. TSI, we created that name. We in the first batch, those of us in the first batch, we created the Trade Success Index. Your Trade Success Index criteria will determine the level of professionalism of your trading and the accuracy of that signal. And we're going to look at it. I have some questions here. Thank you very much, ma. Tomorrow's training could be anytime between 6:30 and 7:30. That's when it's going to start. If we'll chat in the group, I know sometimes the Muslims in the group say they want to do 7:30. So, and I also have the Royalkey presentation I'll do by 9 o'clock. So I have to, if we start by 7:30, that means to be 8:30, an hour and a half. But if we start by 7, we can do almost 2 hours of coaching. So the coaching takes a lot of my energy, but that's what you paid for. And the energy will just make sure that you succeed at what you're doing. So remember, I'm keeping this recording open for everybody. It's just an idea for people to watch, benefit from the common settings of Royalkey, get more knowledgeable, and do the best that they can. All right, there's something I told Madam Bisi to remind me about. Let me just quickly share my screen.
That's true.
Yeah, if you miss tomorrow's class, yeah, tomorrow is not a class, it's a coaching call, but I'm going to record it, don't worry. And let me know. The people in US, I'm going to have to do a couple of these coaching calls by midnight, I think. Is it people in Canada or something? People in Canada. So I will we'll figure it out. Now, what did I want to say? I want you to say something. Yeah.
You were supposed to show us something.
Yeah, there were two things I asked you, madam, to remind me. Can you remember?
One is to show us the percentage drop
Okay, so let's
on the
imagine this.
chart.
Let's imagine this, all right? Let's imagine this scenario. Well, let me look for a more crazy scenario. Let me use this one right here. So at this point, you took a trade. Let's see how much percentage this thing dropped from the top. This thing dropped about 9%, right, from the top. All right, and it went back up by 5%. So what could happen here? So let me just paint a picture now. Oh, okay, so you put in $20 here to buy $20. Well, let me just use 200 naira. Any currency really. $200. Let me just say. Let me 200 of any currency, okay? And you want to buy a bag of rice or bags of rice, yeah? All right, you buy it at this point. Now, a bag of rice is 100 bags, $100 per bag, right? Let's just use dollars because we're dollar people.
Yeah.
Bag of rice is $100, and you buy two bags here. Two rice bags. Awesome. Now the price dropped to this point. And remember, I drew this earlier to show you the amount that the price dropped. The price dropped by 10%. Let's just use 10%, right? The price dropped by 10%. So what is so instead of $100 per bag, the bag of rice is now what? 90%. Sorry, $90, right? Yeah. Price dropped by 10%. So each bag is now $90. And that means you can spend $180 to buy more bags here. So instead of buying two bags, the price has gone down by 10%. Instead of complaining, you just go, you buy, let's just say you buy 4 bags, all right? So that means you spend, it's now $80 per bag, right? So that's 80 times 4.
90 times 4.
Oh, sorry. My brain is tired though. That is 9 times 4. Thank you very much, man. That's $360. So you put $360 now and you bought 4 bags right here. $360, 4 bags. All right. So in total, how much have you invested in your bags of rice? $360 plus 200. That's $560, right?
$560, yes, sir.
But how much is your average price? Remember, your first price was $100 per bag. That was the average price, right? But now, what's the average price? The average price is now $560 divided by how many bags?
By 4 bags.
By 6.
By 6 bags.
By 6 bags.
So divided by 6. Sorry, what did I say again? 560, right? I think it's 560 divide by 6. I did click on divide. Do you see that each bag of rice is now $93? Do you get it?
Yes, sir.
So that means that once the price of the bag of rice goes back up, okay? Remember, it fell down by 10%. Okay? So you will not even need the bag of rice to go back up to $100 before you can sell it at profit. Once it goes up a little bit like this, your trade has sold. It doesn't have to go up back to this level and take profit again. Just it has brought down the average price and it go up small like this, $93. Before you hit 94, before this thing gets here, you sold. Do you understand this concept? Ask me questions. Many people in RoyalQ don't understand this, but I need you to understand this concept. And we're going to round up this training in a moment. You bought at this price was $100.
Well understood, sir.
$100 per bag. Crashed price by 10%. You bought 4 bags. The fact that you bought 4 bags, you put $360 in because the bag was now $90. 4 bags is $360. Now, the moment the price went up, you know, it was now $93 that was the profit. So by the time it enters 4%, because you are 90 here, right? You are 90% drop and 10% drop in price. So you are 90. So by the time it goes up to this 94, 95, you have made 2% gain on your trade.
Yes,
the
sir.
price doesn't need to go back up. Is there anybody that doesn't understand this? If you understand
Is this Coach Nandi? This is warehouse mode you are describing now, Abi.
Yes, all we're going to trade in this team with
Yes.
the trading I'm going to give to you is warehouse mode.
Yes, I'm saying this is how warehouse mode works.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
This is how warehouse whole warehouse mode. Whole warehouse mode. So
Yes,
the
yes,
whole market,
whole warehouse.
the whole market. And by the way, let me
Yeah.
tell you this. If you notice our trading, for now, we tell people to use margin call 1 to 4 for TGS, right?
Yes, sir.
Maximum of. So once you're in 4 margin calls, it is whole warehouse mode. If you like, go and put sub-beam mode. It will not. Sub-beam mode starts from margin call 5.
Yeah.
So we are forcing you to do whole warehouse mode. Sometimes it requires patience, right? Sometimes it actually requires patience. But trust me, I prefer trading whole warehouse mode. I will be patient. When it come out, let it come out once. Now, this is my personal view. This is my personal view. I don't believe in that selling small at the bottom and sleeping in the bottom of the market and sleeping there for very long. And I say this is my own personal view. Some people like it to be making, you know, the thing is, I like it to I like all my trades to come out. Come out once. I can wait for you for 5 days. Just come out, and I know I'm entering new trade.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I only talk about whole warehouse mode. That's how we trade. Prof signals, my signals, is all signals that are generated at getting you up into the market, make the profit and get out. Not the one that will keep you in the market, you know, yeah. Yeah, but everybody has, every style is okay. If you, so far you understand the, you know, what's going to happen to your money, you know, yeah. So whole warehouse mode. If you don't understand this, just type U in the chat box. If you understand it, type Z. If you don't understand it, type U. If you understand it, type Z, because this is these concepts, once you get them, everybody, we're good to go. I'm expecting nobody says you because you don't want me to pick on you. You want me to pick on Z. All right, Z, love Z's, love Z's, love Z's. Go ahead. I see Isabel, go ahead. You can unmute yourself. Okay, Ngozi, okay.
There's a you.
All right, we got 2 U's now. Good. Yeah, go ahead, ma.
Okay, Coach. We put a question on the chat box that please review certain TGS setting for $300 and above, since we have done the one for $100. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so Madam Ngozi, unmute yourself. Madam Ngozi, unmute yourself. If you can't unmute yourself, I'm not going to repeat myself. Because for me to make it sink in, I have to engage you. Do you know how to unmute yourself? Okay, the law. Can you unmute yourself? I hope you're in a quiet place now.
Yeah, what I understand now, this warehouse, I now understand what you mean by warehouse mode.
Whole warehouse mode.
Oh, warehouse, yes. I now understand it. That is, you buy plenty when it is a bit cheaper, and then you wait for opportunity to sell. Is it?
Yeah.
That's what I understand.
So you sound like an Igbo man, right?
Oh, I am an Igbo man.
Great. So you are selling shirts, for example. All right. So
yes,
the rice with shirts. Now your goods have crashed. Market has crashed by 50%. Shirts that you used to sell that you bought at 20,000 naira. Now they're going all over the place. They're going for 10,000 naira wholesale price. As a businessman, what will you do? Will you start crying? This market has killed me. It has killed me. It has killed me. Oh, floating loss. I don't have this is not palatable. What will you do as a businessman?
You buy more at that time.
Simple. In fact,
you will stock up.
You will stock up because you will look for money. If you need to take loan, take loan. You will now say this thing that has all year has been 20,000. Now it has crashed to 10,000. You will go and buy many more times. You know. So let's say
there's a problem there.
What's the problem?
The problem there is, will you be able to find money to buy more?
That's why I say, as a businessman, what will you do? See, as a businessman, if you cannot raise capital, you're not in business. Am I lying?
Yeah, you may want to raise capital, but it may be difficult.
No, as a businessman, if you're as a businessman, if you cannot raise capital, that means you're not really a businessman. Because your goods might even land from the goods you imported, and you don't have money to clear them. You look for where to get money from. Don't be so.
Yes.
You will. If you don't, that means you don't have good network, and you don't have people that can vouch for you. Because if you are connected to the responsible traders, they all have account officers. They will introduce you to the account officer. This is my guy. He's my trade. He needs a loan of 10 million to do this thing. I trust him. We are in the same. Do you understand?
Yes.
The man will come, look at your shop, look at your goods that you have, quickly give you the 10 million, and you agree on how to pay it back. You take the money, go and do what you need to do. Before you know it, those shirts that are 10,000 naira will go back to 15,000 naira, go back to 20, go to 25,000. You start basking. Now, the interesting thing is that when you're selling the shirts that you bought at 20,000 naira and the one you bought at 10,000 naira, will you know the difference? You will sell them in fact, some people, you will tell them, I bought this at 20,000 naira. That's the current market price. If they don't know it has crashed, they will pay you at 20,000 naira. Do you understand?
Yes.
It's only those that know that it has crashed. They'll say, no, but the price has come down. You not tell them, say, yes, but the problem is that you bought a lot of these things at 20,000 naira. Okay, what do you want to do now, madam? I want to sell this at a loss. You make the person to feel guilty. And then it's market. At the end of the day, you're going to make so much money from the profit. So bottom line I'm trying to say is that with Royal Q, when market goes against you, it is an opportunity to buy the dip, right? But in Royal Q, people will say, floating loss, I'm tired, I'm finished, it's not palatable, all sorts of things. But it is real market dynamics.
Okay. In other words, when it is like that, all you need to do is buy more.
That's all. And that is what the margin configuration is doing for you automatically.
Okay.
That margin configuration that we say, if it falls by 3%, this one now, the margin configuration is, if it falls by 10%, buy 4 times.
I believe we will get there.
No, you can ask me any questions now, but the truth is, watch this video again and again and again. You will get the point. This video is going to be uploaded on the YouTube channel. Make sure you're following that channel if you're not following it, and keep
this aspect. I understand it very well now. But what I did not understand is, what the other time you said 2.5, 4.5, 7, 14. You know, this is too mathematical.
Well, watch the video again and then you get it. Did you hate maths as a child?
No. I did well in mathematics during my school days, but you know, my
So I
job.
think what happened was that you were not paying attention. So go watch this replay again and pay attention when you're watching it and you get the hang of it.
Okay.
And please, I want to ask everybody, when it's time for my coaching calls, I know it's difficult, but
No, I understand. Yeah, wait, let me explain.
Mhm.
I understand that 2.5 plus 4.5 is 7. And that 7 times 2 is 14. I understand that. But I don't know how this 2.5 came about.
It's you that decides what you want to put there. For people that are not trained through this training, they can always choose 20% deep tolerance if you are trading with $300 and above. You are the one that will decide how you want to divide the 20% across your 4 margin calls.
Okay.
You want to put 5% for each of them. It's your choice. But I don't think that's smart because you want some good money to also enter. So that's why most people will put 3% or 3.5% as the first percentage. So that the thing can quickly buy one. Then the next one you can put 3.5 or 4.
Coach Nnamdi.
Yeah.
I hope I will not come and kidnap you and keep in my house. So
No,
that
you don't need to. You don't need to. It's a question of, first of all, be ready to understand that this is something you don't know. Now, these settings, right? These settings, right? This is the downline of Mr. Jerome, right?
Yes.
Mr. Alex. So
yes,
these settings is something that your sponsor will save for you once. You might not even know that it is. I'm just going deep into the explanations. But once you save the settings and you are importing them, you don't need to know all these things again anymore. It's now when you have gone, you understood how the bot works, you begin to understand a little bit of some deeper things, all right? So don't let this give you a headache, all right? Simple. We're going to set your settings perfectly, and then you just learn how to import them. The most important thing you need to learn is how to import your settings. But please, there is nothing too mathematical about anything in Royal Q. If you are thinking, because we call it an AI bot, remember, you're not the one developing the bot. We didn't ask you to design the bot or program it, write the code. We just telling you to put the settings you want to operate. Those settings are as easy as ABC. So anytime you get intimidated by the settings, tell yourself, come on, 2 million people are using this bot. These settings are easy. These settings are actually easy. Otherwise, millions of people will not use this bot. Tell yourself it's easy. So, Mr. Alex, tell yourself it is easy.
Okay, it is easy.
Royal Q business is easy.
Royal Q business is easy.
Configuring my bot is also easy.
Configuring my bot is also easy.
Everything about Royal Q is my. Don't you like eating my?
I said I would like to eat that.
Just tell yourself everything about Royal Q is easy. It's delicious. It is wonderful. Tell yourself it is easy. The moment your brain understands it is easy, it will start being easy. And the same thing applies to the training you're going to have in the next 2 weeks. Anytime you feel confused, drag my attention. Don't be in silence. Drag my attention to it. That's why it's called a coaching call. And no question is stupid. That's why you're just 16 people. I give you all 16 my attention so that you know everything I know as far as those topics are concerned. Then anytime you get confused, let me tell you, in the last training, there was a particular topic people were struggling with. That first day I did the lecture, all of them said, no, that I'm going too fast, that they cannot understand this thing, that it's not possible to understand it. And I told them, if you understood support and resistance, just make support and resistance mobile, play attack and defense. But later on now, as I speak to you now, they are experts at that topic. So always tell yourself it is easy. No matter what I say, the first time you hear that thing from me, it will look complicated. When I draw a trend line, it might look complicated. You tell yourself it is easy.
Okay. You know, like just as you're saying, this graph that you plotted yesterday, the thing put me off completely. I was wondering the last time I had anything to do with graph. Yes. You know, my job as a lawyer, we don't do anything with graph.
Okay, what do you normally deal with? You like cases. You like cases, right? So when you look at this graph, just imagine is a client that has a case, a criminal case. And the criminal case is that they want him to go to jail, but your job is to make sure he ends in profit. Jail is a loss, and your job is to make sure he goes in profit. So, and you have to look at the facts of the case. Okay?
Yes.
You have to look at things like, you know, on what count can this be stopped? Estoppel by conduct, res judicata. Do you understand? You look at, they are on the chart. Okay? And then if you want to use equity, you now remember the reasons for equity: harsh rules, blind spots. Abi, what's the other one? Remedies, and what's the other one? The reasons for equity, harsh rules, blind spots, jury trials, remedy. So, harsh rules, blind spots, jury trials, remedy. You now look at which of those things apply. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then if it's something that's pertaining to land, you say quick platata, solo sedit.
Solo sedit.
All those things are in the chart.
Okay.
All those things are in the chart. There is equity here. There is quick platata, solo sedit. It's here. So I will align this to your own belief system so that you begin to see that this chart is actually the most beautiful thing in the world that will take you to $1 million. But I understand this chart should not intimidate you. It's something, it's so easy. It's actually so easy, but just open your brain. That is easy. All right, thank you very much. People were asking me for $300 settings. Can we still do this $300 setting today? Are you not tired?
Just review it, coach. Where it will take us a few minutes.
Okay, can you share your own screen so that I can use your screen to set it? All right, so apologies, guys. This meeting has been so long. Wow, I didn't expect it to be this long. Oh. It's like you have already finished chopping your $100 from me. Okay, so let's save. Okay, this is under strategy, right? Strategy settings, right? So risk type, you can always choose radical if you can. All right, then remark, just put TGS $300. Okay, I like the TGS of a capital letter so that it doesn't look too tiny. Some of us that use glasses, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so first buying amount, of course, for $300, the first thing you want to consider is 45%. In fact, anything above $300, you want to just consider 45% of your capital. So if it's $1,000 to be $450, if it is you know, so $300. What is 45% of $300? That is 135. 135. So just type 135 there. Then please, in this case, don't do open position double though. If you do open position doubled, how much will it buy the first time?
270.
It will buy 270.
270.
And meanwhile, you have 300, your money is finished. So please, open position doubled.
Don't zap.
For high capital settings, we don't do open position doubled. If you want to use AI margin call, it's your personal choice. But after this training, you want to turn it off. All right. Now, margin call limit, we just say use 4 margin calls. All right. 4 margin calls. So anytime you enter your trade and you're not seeing 4 margin calls there, that means you have not imported your settings. Take profit ratio, you can put 1.5. You always edit it anytime there's a signal. Hold position, take profit, call back 0.01. Then buying callback 0.01. You see the buying callback is 0.5 by default, which means you'll just be waiting for market to dip. When it's pumping, you'll be losing money. You'll be losing opportunity. Yeah, one shot always. So margin configuration. Just click on margin configuration. So on the right side, let's do the right side. On the right side, and this is the same for all settings. Go to the right side where you have 2 times. Put 0.11. Then the next one, 0.22. The next one, 0.33. And then 0.55. There is no 0.44. All right. Now, on the left side, you want to just tolerate 20% call drop before the training. After the training, you're going to change it. So it's you that will decide how much you want to spread across the 4 margin calls. Somebody asked that question. There's no formula. But normally, people like to put 3% as the first call. If it goes against you by 3%, buy 0.11 times 135. Then if it goes against you by 4%, okay? Yeah, buy 0.22 times. So you have 4 and 3, that is 7, which means that you have 14% remaining. So some people can just decide, sorry, 4 and 3 is 7, right? Meaning you have 13% left, yeah? So some people can just put 6.5 there, 6.5. This is one option. Other option, hold on now. Go to margin configuration. Another option people take is they can put 2.5 as the first point. Put 2.5. Then, you know, you can now put 3.5 as the second point. So this 3.5, that's 6%. Remaining 14%, right? Now from this 14%, what some people do is no, wait, what's this? 3.5, 356, right? So it's 40%. What some people do with that, they will not put 5% here. Yeah. And then the next one, 9%. You just put 9%. And the beautiful thing is that this is 25% deep tolerance. So when you hear 20% deep tolerance, it means you have aligned this thing on the left side for margin call drop to 20%. So when you have a trade that's not palatable, likely you did not use the right setting. All right. So you save this. But the multiple buying ratio is the same thing for all the settings. In fact, if you add more money, the only thing you need to change is the first buying amount. You just say, okay, and now from 300, I now put $2,000 for one coin. So that is 45% of 2,000. Just change the first buying amount in your settings. Do you get it? So save. So every trade you trigger, 45% of your money, you can save it. 45% of your money is going into the trade. So even if it doesn't buy margin call, like if the market faces up straight, you'll be making good money. Is that fine, Madam Isobet? Is that clear, Isobet? You're muted. You can stop sharing.
Hello, sir.
No, I want the person that asked the question. Is she clear? Let me be sure. Is it clear?
Yes, coach, it's very clear. I was answering. I didn't know that I was muted. Thank you.
Yeah,
Very clear.
I hope you are feeling my energy.
No, I'm in top form. I'm following everything. No elders.
All right, all right. Much love from Nigeria here to Cameroon. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Everything is so enjoyable. More than 2 hours is like we're just starting.
Honestly, we're just starting. Actually, we're just starting. We're here for 6 months, so you're gonna get tired of me.
No way.
And by the way, let me tell you this: for people who join my team, when I say join my team, I mean who join this training, I give you a lot of value-added services. So you can have a list of, after the training, you can have a list of, I help you build your business. You can come up with a list of 20 persons you want me to do conference call with on your behalf with your people, and we can schedule it. All right, I can do 20 conference calls. We'll pick, 5 a week. We'll get it done. Go to the 20. I tell you, when we go to that 20, you have some activations in your team. This is an additional value-added service. As a V5 in Royal Q, I have to help you build your team, even though you're not in my structure, for just being a part of this training. And by the way, you need to understand that when you get through this training, you become a signal generator. And as a signal generator, automatically you'll be generating signals for all of your downlines. Your downlines will not lack signals. And we are all going to be together in our groups, and we're going to be generating signals together. So signal will never be your problem again, as long as you are part of this training, and that group you are in makes you very much exposed to all elite traders' signals. All right, so this is part of the privilege of being here. You must be a dollar millionaire within a few years, irrespective of the capital you start with. Mr. Evaristus.
Mr. Nnamdi, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Talking about this $300 setting, I was looking at the multiple buying ratio. The values, are they achievable, or these multiple buying ratio values are constant? Is it constant?
Yeah, for $300 and above. For $300 and above, it's constant.
Okay. Well, that's okay.
If you like, do the maths. If you do the maths,
Okay.
0.11 times first buying amount, it's based on the Fibonacci formula. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I like that $300 and above. You don't have to change any of those things. You just change the first buying amount if you add money. But the low capital one, for everything you add money to be calculating divided by this everyday headache. Only answer it all things. All right. It's really awesome having you all in this training. And I believe we are done with the bot setting. So one more question. For those in the training, is there anybody in the training that doesn't know how to use TradingView? God help me. If you don't know how to use TradingView, type T in the chat box. And I mean those who paid out of the 16 persons. God help me. I pray all of you know how to use TradingView. Jesus. Ah. Okay. So that's throwing up a lot of challenges. So here's what you're going to do. Okay. Here's what you're going to do. If you are in a location where you can access your upline, you're going to help them to guide you. But I'm going to do a coaching course just to show you. We're going to do a session maybe on Tuesday night. I didn't want to do any training on Tuesday because Tuesdays are for my religious activities. But Tuesday nights, yeah, maybe like 9 o'clock. We're going to do a TradingView setup session. All right. We're going to do a TradingView setup session, and then yeah, so we're going to, all right, prospective student, fine. Okay. Yeah, by the way, let me say, I think because we have not started the training, early birds can still come in right now. But once I start talking about support and resistance, anybody that's coming in after that, I don't want it. All right. All right. Anybody that wants to be part of this can still come in, and you can still get away with the $100 activation price. But once I start talking support and resistance and going deep into the training, I don't allow anybody to join the team again because to be setting me back. All right. So that's a plus. If you're here, I can see some chats in the. If you're here and you want to be a part of it, sure, you can be a part of it. It's not even about the money, just to get you to pay attention. All right. That means we have to set a session for this trading view thing. We have to set a session for it. Today is Wednesday. So on Tuesday evening, I'll try to do a session. And even from my batch one, I have a couple of people, one person that might want to do that too. So we just combine everybody together. Okay, it's fine. It's an obstacle. And we'll try to do, just chat me up. I can't respond to this question on rates now. Yeah, for your trades are in floating loss, no problem. Just be patient with your trades. All right. A floating loss of how many percentage? Is it up to 40, 50? Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, everybody, for being here. Madam Favor, your hand is up.
Yes, sir. My hand is up.
You wanted to close the meeting in prayer for us? No, I said that. Okay. Is that why you raised your hand?
No. Anyway, you've just answered my question. I wanted to talk about my floating loss, and you have said something will be done to it because ever since I joined, I've not really made any profits. I've not made zero profits. So
what's your floating loss like? How many percentage?
Like as when I did it, I don't really know how to. So maybe I'll check it or share my screen, screenshot my screen and send it to you privately later.
Yeah, just drop it in the group chat. Let's look at what your floating loss is. Don't worry yourself. I would have loved to look at your setting, man, but you did not even show us your settings. Please, on Monday evening, we have to look at your settings. All right. Just go watch this video and take it from there. And I want to thank everybody who has been patient here since 4 p.m. This is 3 hours. 3 hours of talking. I can actually talk about Royal Q till tomorrow morning. I will just be talking about Royal Q. That's how crazy I am about Royal Q. So I don't even feel.
Well, it seems you are.
It seems what?
It seems you are tired already.
Oh, how do I look tired?
I'm feeling it from your voice now.
No. I'm not tired. I'm not tired. I even have I have a session by 8 o'clock I'm supposed to hold. So I'm not tired, you know. So if I got a little exhausted, it's maybe repeating the same thing again and again and again. And you know, because people were not catching or paying attention. So, but I'm not tired, I'm winding down, so the voice will generally, you know, coming down a little bit. I have my lemon water soaked here for the past 4 hours. And I have my way of raising my energy. I have my way of raising my energy automatically if I need to raise my energy. All right. So just that I missed Arsenal match, but I think it ended up in a draw. That's what my wife just told me. So thank you very much. Your floating loss can be managed, but I will just tell you, focus on learning. Forget about your trade. Put it on one shot. Put your trade on one shot. Focus on what you're about to learn. Don't trade until after the training. Just 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, you can start trading as you wish, and you start making crazy money. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Talking is my second nature. Talking about Royal Q, not just talking. Talking about Royal Q is something I love doing. Talking about trading is something I love doing. So just imagine what you're going to be. You know, the next 2 weeks is going to be crazy. All right. Thank you for being a part of the journey. Mr. George Umor, you've not said anything.
I've just been listening.
All right, all right, all right. But so far, so good, right? So we're getting into
Fantastic.
we're getting into real action from tomorrow evening. We'll agree on the timing in the group. I need us to go watch the support and resistance videos. How many people here have watched it?
I have.
I have watched it.
Oh, great.
I think I watched it.
I've
That's where
watched
you
it
talk
three-
about. That's
I've
where you
watched it
talk
3
about.
times.
That's where you talk about the basketballer.
Good. So please, there are two videos. There are two videos. Please go watch them. Go watch them. If you haven't watched them, please. Because tomorrow is going to be practical. Tomorrow I'm going to ask you, what's your favorite coin? Where are the wicks? How do I draw it? I draw it once. I do 2, 3 coins. You watch me. I watch somebody do it. Okay? Now that coaching call is what people are not allowed to come into. It's because that's what you paid for. All right. So it will be a closed meeting room. It won't be this meeting room. It will be a closed meeting room. All right. For those who paid for the training. All right. Thank you very much, and everyone. Take care of yourself. Good night.
Thank you.
Oh, God bless
Good
you.
night.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
so much, sir. Good night.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yes.
Thank you, coach.
Thank you, sir.
I think you have a second name from me.
The law.
Your second name is Mr. Royal Q.
Thank
you, coach.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.